Welcome to latest News Blaster. The British royal family is once again at the center of global attention after Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, released a carefully worded but deeply concerning update about King Charles III. The announcement, delivered through official palace channels, has sent shockwaves across the United Kingdom and around the world, leaving royal watchers anxious and emotional. While the statement avoided dramatic language, its tone alone was enough to confirm what many had feared for months. King Charles is facing a serious health challenge, and the situation is being taken very seriously by the family. A carefully worded statement that spoke volumes. The message released by Prince William and Princess Catherine was brief but unmistakably somber. The couple acknowledged public concern and confirmed that King Charles is continuing treatment under close medical supervision. What stood out most was not what the statement said, but what it did not say. There were no reassurances of a quick recovery, no projected timeline, no public appearances announced. Instead, the statement emphasized privacy, family unity, and ongoing medical care, a combination that immediately raised alarms among royal analysts. The king remains in the care of his medical team, and the family continues to support him during this time, the statement read. We are grateful for the public's understanding and well wishes. To seasoned royal watchers, this language signaled a significant shift in tone compared to earlier updates. Why this announcement feels different? For months, Buckingham Palace has worked carefully to balance transparency with tradition. When King Charles's health concerns were first revealed, palace aides emphasized optimism and continuity. This time, however, the tone was noticeably more cautious. Royal experts quickly noted three major red flags. William and Kate personally addressed the public, rather than palace officials. No mention of routine treatment or positive progress. Increased emphasis on privacy and family unity. According to royal historian Margaret Ellison, this combination often signals a moment of serious concern. When heirs step forward to deliver or endorse health updates, it's usually because the situation carries long-term implications, she explained. It doesn't necessarily mean the worst, but it does mean the family is preparing the public emotionally. The growing role of Prince William. One of the most striking aspects of the announcement was Prince William's presence at the forefront. Over recent months, royal watchers have observed a noticeable shift in his responsibilities. He has taken on more public engagements, represented the crown at key events, and quietly stepped into duties traditionally handled by the monarch. This latest development adds to growing speculation that William is being prepared, emotionally and practically, for an expanded leadership role. Sources close to the palace suggest the Prince of Wales has been in constant communication with medical advisors and senior royal aides, ensuring continuity while also supporting his father privately. William is balancing duty and family in a way that few people ever have to, one royal insider shared. The pressure is immense. Kate's quiet strength behind the scenes. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has remained largely out of the public eye in recent months, focusing on family and recovery following her own health challenges earlier this year. Her appearance alongside William in the latest statement sent a powerful message of unity and resolve. Royal observers noted that Kate's involvement was particularly meaningful. Whenever Catherine steps forward during moments like this, it signals stability, said royal commentator James Harcourt. She represents continuity, calm, and emotional strength, especially during uncertain times. Despite maintaining privacy, sources say Kate has been a major pillar of support for both William and King Charles, helping keep the family grounded amid growing pressure. Public reaction, shock, support, and concern. Within minutes of the announcement, social media platforms were flooded with messages of concern and support. Hashtags such as #PrayForKingCharles Royal Family and #William and Kate began trending across the UK, Europe, and North America. Many fans expressed sadness, while others praised the royal family for being honest without fueling speculation. This feels serious, sending strength to the king and his family. You can tell William is carrying a lot right now, praying for King Charles. No matter politics, he's someone's father. Crowds also gathered quietly outside Buckingham Palace, leaving flowers and handwritten notes, a scene reminiscent of previous moments of royal uncertainty. What the palace is and isn't saying. Importantly, the palace has not confirmed any change in King Charles's constitutional role, nor have they suggested abdication or a transfer of power. However, experts say the careful phrasing suggests contingency planning is underway behind closed doors. Royal protocol allows for temporary delegation of duties without a formal transition of power, something the monarchy has prepared for quietly over decades. This is exactly why the monarchy has such detailed continuity plans, said constitutional analyst Dr. Oliver Reeves. The public may not see it, but the system is designed to function even during prolonged illness, a king under immense pressure. King Charles ascended to the throne later in life, following the historic reign of Queen Elizabeth II. His reign has already been marked by enormous challenges, from modernizing the monarchy to navigating global political changes and family tensions. Friends of the king say he has remained deeply committed to duty, even while dealing with health struggles. He doesn't like to slow down, one insider shared. That's part of who he is. But lately, he's had no choice. The current situation appears to have forced the monarch to prioritize recovery, something the public is only now beginning to fully understand. What happens next? While the palace has not announced upcoming appearances for King Charles, sources confirm that Prince William will continue representing the crown at key engagements in the coming weeks. Royal watchers believe more updates may follow, but only when the family feels it is absolutely necessary. For now, the focus remains on medical care, family support, maintaining stability within the monarchy, and perhaps most importantly, preparing the public for an uncertain road ahead, a moment of reflection for the nation. This latest update has reminded many people of the human side of royalty, that behind the crown, ceremonies, and traditions are real people facing real struggles. Whether monarchist or not, millions are united in concern for King Charles and respect for the dignity with which the royal family is handling the moment. As one commentator put it, this isn't about politics or pageantry, it's about a family facing something deeply personal in the public eye. Final thought. The confirmation from William and Kate marks a significant moment for the British monarchy. While details remain limited, the seriousness of the tone suggests this is not a passing issue. For now, the world waits, hopeful, concerned, and watching closely as the royal family navigates one of its most delicate chapters in recent history. As public attention intensifies, insiders say the royal household has quietly shifted into what can best be described as a heightened readiness phase. While there has been no formal announcement of constitutional changes, palace operations have subtly adjusted in response to King Charles's condition. Senior aides have reportedly been reassigned, schedules restructured, and contingency plans revisited, all standard procedures when a monarch's health becomes a concern. However, what makes this moment different is the visibility of Prince William and Princess Catherine stepping into the spotlight more frequently. Royal analysts say this is not coincidental. It's about stability, explained one former palace aide. The monarchy survives on continuity. When uncertainty arises, the public needs reassurance, and William and Catherine represent that future. William's transition from heir to leader. Over the past year, Prince William's role has evolved significantly. Once seen primarily as the future king, he is now increasingly viewed as a present-day leader. In recent weeks alone, William has represented the crown at major diplomatic functions, held private meetings with senior government figures, stepped in for engagements traditionally handled by the monarch, increased public visibility during national events. Royal watchers believe this is no accident. There's a quiet transition happening, said royal biographer Helen Morris. Not a transfer of power, but a redistribution of responsibility. What makes this moment especially poignant is that William is navigating it while also supporting his wife and young family, and preparing emotionally for the possibility that his father's reign may not follow a conventional path. Catherine's role, calm, composed, and crucial. Though she has remained mostly out of the public eye, Catherine's influence behind the scenes has been described as invaluable. Following her own health-related absence earlier this year, many expected her to remain out of the spotlight for an extended period. Instead, her presence alongside William during this announcement carried powerful symbolism. She didn't need to speak, one royal correspondent noted. Her presence said everything. Sources say Kate has been instrumental in maintaining emotional balance within the family, particularly for their children, who are increasingly aware of the pressures surrounding their grandfather's health and their parents' growing responsibilities. Public emotion mirrors past royal moments. Across the UK, the reaction has been deeply emotional. Many citizens have drawn comparisons to previous periods of royal uncertainty, particularly the final years of Queen Elizabeth II's life. Flags at several royal residences were observed flying at half-staff for a brief period following the announcement, not as a signal of mourning, but as a mark of respect. Outside Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle, members of the public have left flowers, letters, and messages of encouragement. One handwritten note read, You've served with dignity. We're praying for your strength. Such gestures reflect not panic but collective concern, a nation emotionally connected to its monarch. Unlike past royal health crises, media coverage this time has been notably restrained. British outlets have largely avoided speculation, focusing instead on official statements and expert commentary. This restraint, analysts say, reflects both public sensitivity and respect for the king's privacy. International media, however, has been less cautious. With headlines ranging from somber to sensational, palace sources have quietly urged outlets to rely only on confirmed information, emphasizing that misinformation only fuels anxiety. What this means for the monarchy's future. While no formal transition has been announced, this moment is widely seen as a turning point. Constitutional experts emphasize that the monarchy is built to endure uncertainty. Even in times of illness, governance continues smoothly behind the Yet emotionally, the situation is more complex. King Charles waited decades to ascend the throne. His reign, though meaningful, has already been shaped by unprecedented challenges, from shifting public expectations to personal health battles. If anything, this moment has humanized him in the eyes of many who once viewed him only through the lens of royal tradition. The king's legacy, still being written. Despite current concerns, those close to King Charles insist he remains mentally sharp, engaged, and deeply invested in his duties. He cares deeply about the institution and the people, one aide said. That hasn't changed. His legacy, as a monarch focused on environmental advocacy, cultural preservation, and modernization, is still unfolding. And while the road ahead may be uncertain, his influence on the monarchy's direction is undeniable. A family under the world's spotlight. At its core, this story is not just about a king. It is about a family navigating an extraordinarily public challenge. A son stepping forward for his father, a wife offering quiet strength, a nation watching with concern and compassion. The royal family has faced storms before. This one, however, feels deeply personal and profound. Final reflection. As William and Catherine's message continues to echo across the world, one thing is clear. This moment marks a shift. Not an end, not a crisis, but a moment of transition, one that will shape the monarchy for years to come. For now, the public waits patiently, hopeful for good news, and united in wishing King Charles strength, healing, and peace in the days ahead.